What's up, Broncos country? Today, we're diving headfirst into a battle that's heating up at the Denver Broncos training camp. Picture this, a 6'7", 315-pound giant with the strength of a bull and the agility of a linebacker, fighting tooth and nail for a spot on the roster. That's Frank Crum, the rookie turning heads, even Sean Payton's, and giving the fans big-time hopes. Could this guy, who came out of nowhere, become the reliable backup wall we need on the O-line? Grab your coffee, call the fam, round up the crew, and ride with me, because this story is hotter than a fourth down at the goal line. Broncos fam, the 2025 training camp is a true battlefield. And in the middle of all this orange and blue chaos, one name is shining like a beacon in a storm: Frank Crum. This offensive tackle straight out of the Wyoming plains is a beast in every sense of the word. At 6'7", 315 pounds, and with the kind of athleticism Sean Payton called extremely athletic, he's got fans on their feet and defenders shaking in their cleats. Seriously, Broncos country, can you imagine a guy that size moving like a safety jumping a route for a pick? He's the kind of player that makes you yell, "That's Denver Broncos football." From your couch, let's rewind the tape and see how this giant got here. In the 2024 draft, Crum didn't hear his name called. Not a single team took a chance on him. But here's the kicker: he didn't let that kill the fire inside. With the mindset of a true underdog, he signed with the Broncos as an undrafted free agent. And not just any UDFA deal. Denver's front office saw something special and handed him one of the biggest signing bonuses for an undrafted rookie in team history. That's like a coach looking a rookie dead in the eye and saying, "You've got what it takes to play with the big boys." In the 2024 preseason, Crum had his ups and downs, but he did the unthinkable, made the final 53-man roster. That's like stepping onto Empower Field, blocking a sack against Patrick Mahomes on your first play, and walking off to a standing ovation. Last season, Crum didn't see a ton of action, but every snap counted. He played in 6 games, logging 9 offensive snaps and 24 on special teams. That may not sound like much, but for an undrafted rookie, every second in orange and blue is a touchdown-worthy milestone. And now in 2025, he's back with an energy you can feel through the screen. Sean Payton isn't holding back the praise, and for good reason. He said Crum has eye-popping movement, and that even without full pads in practice, he's showing off athleticism that's blowing everyone away. "He moves his feet better than most tackles I've seen," said the head coach. "That's like having a tank with the speed of a Mustang and the precision of an MVP-caliber quarterback." But Broncos country, this ain't no walk in the park. Crum is in a fierce competition for the swing tackle spot, the guy who has to be ready to step in on either side of the line. His competition, Alex Polchevsky, a versatile lineman who's already shown he can play, and Matt Pert, a seasoned vet with plenty of experience. These guys are like linebackers trying to tackle Crum's NFL dreams, but he's not backing down. At practice, he's repping plays for 5 times, get faster, sharper, and more dangerous with each rep. That's exactly what Payton wants: players who attack every snap like it's the fourth quarter of a tie game. Why does this matter so much to us, Broncos fam? Because the offensive line is the heartbeat of Denver's attack. With 4 of the 5 starters back, Garrett Bowles, Ben Powers, Quinn Miners, and Mike McGlinchey, we've got one of the most dominant lines in the NFL. One former scout even ranked our O-line as the second best in the league, and for good reason. Remember that game against the Saints in 2024 where we rushed for 225 yards? Best performance in 11 years. That was our line opening up crater-sized holes in the defense like a bulldozer clearing the way. But as every Broncos fan knows, depth wins games. If a starter goes down, we need someone like Crum to step in and keep this offense running like clockwork. And there's more. Crum's not afraid of the moment. In a game against the Raiders last season, he came in as the 6th man on the line, playing jumbo tight end in heavy packages. The craziest part? He barely practiced for that role. But with help from O-line coach Zach Strief, who used to play jumbo T himself back in his Saints days, Crum stepped up and got it done. Strief even joked that Crum's learning from mistakes he himself made years ago. That's the kind of mindset we love in Broncos country. Learn the hard way, grow under pressure, and never, ever quit. The Broncos' offensive line is playing on another level right now. You know, the 3.9% sack rate on dropbacks. That's the lowest in the entire NFL. Credit goes to our starters, but also to our quarterback, Bo Nix, whose mobility is making a huge difference. He's heading into his second year with the confidence of a seasoned vet, and if Crum can lock down that swing tackle role, he's going to help keep that protection rock solid, giving Nix the time he needs to launch those deep balls that make the crowd erupt. But the competition is fierce. Crum needs to show more than just athleticism. He has to prove he's got the technique, the calm mindset, and the fiery heart to be the guy we call on when the game gets tight. Plus, Crum brings the kind of energy that matches the Broncos' spirit. He's the type of player who doesn't settle, who attacks every practice like it's a shot to prove he belongs on the roster. He's going up against tough competition in camp, guys like edge rusher Nick Benito, who's bringing the heat to test Crum's limits. And guess what? Crum's holding strong, blocking hard, and proving he's not just a background player. That's what we want to see. Broncos country, a guy who plays with the same passion we feel in the stands. And it's not just about Crum. This battle for the swing tackle role shows what the Broncos are all about. A team that never quits, that fights till the final whistle. We saw it last season when the team finished with a winning record for the first time in years. And we're seeing it now with guys like Crum giving it everything to honor the jersey. The offensive line is the foundation of everything, opening lanes for the run game, protecting the QB, setting the tone for the offense. Without a solid O-line, there's no shot at the playoffs, no dreams of the Super Bowl, no path to the glory we know this team can reach. So tell me, Broncos country, what do you think of this battle? Does Frank Crum have what it takes to win the swing tackle spot and become a key part of our orange wall? Or will the experience of Polchevsky and Pert carry more weight in the final decision? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the Denver Broncos family is always in the conversation, and I want to hear what's on your mind. Attention, Denver Broncos family. If you bleed orange and blue, if you live for every tackle, touchdown, and victory, don't waste another second. Subscribe to the channel now. This is where we live and breathe Broncos football, bringing you the latest news, deep analysis, and stories that make our hearts race. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell so you never miss a moment, and join the fan base that never stops. We are Broncos country, and together, we're going all the way to the Super Bowl. I'll be real with you, Broncos fam. Frank Crum reminds me of those players who step on the field with energy that's contagious. He wasn't drafted, but he's proving you don't need the spotlight to shine. I think he's got a real shot to surprise everyone and become a key name on this line, especially if he keeps that nothing stops me mindset. But it's a tough competition. He'll need more than just athleticism. He'll need technique, smarts, and that burning heart only a true Bronco has. So I want to know, do you think Crum will be the guy who steps up and changes the game? Or will he end up on the practice squad? Let's get this debate going in the comments. So what's the play, Broncos country? If you were Sean Payton, would you give Frank Crum the chance to prove he's the giant we need on the O-line? Or would you lean on the experience of the other contenders? Drop your take in the comments. This Broncos family is always ready to break down the next move. And don't forget to smash that like button. Share this video with your fellow Broncos fans, and get ready for the next chapter in this promising season. Until then, stay strong, because we are Broncos country and no one can stop us. And as always, go Broncos.